We've taken off the front porch.
This single-family home is in the process of being turned into a fourplex, allowed under a city bylaw.
The 3 stories here.
We've got the 3 story. I mean, it's barely 3 stories because the third story is under the roof.
The height won't change once there are 4 separate units here.
And it'll go under the landing and in.
There'll be 2 entrances at the front.
And they'll come down a set of stairs here and into their apartment. And then the person who lives here will come into a garden here and then come up and over.
The other 2 at the back.
It's not going to be any bigger. It's not going to look like an apartment building. It's actually going to look like a Victorian home in Toronto.
The project is just getting underway. The main floor will be turned into a 2-bedroom apartment. Even before the demolition started here, the basement was unlivable.
A very large open stair. There'll be windows over here, and there'll be a kitchen, living room, dining room here.
It'll be turned into a 1-bedroom apartment, thankfully with much higher ceilings. That crawl space farther down, another 1-bedroom unit. Then heading to the 2nd floor, the home is still being lived in. Half home, half construction site. Maybe not the most comfortable living situation right now, and a bit chilly inside. But the homeowner believes in the idea, especially when more housing is needed.
We want other people to be able to live in this neighborhood who may not be able to afford a single detached house, but who may need a place to live for a few years as they get settled, or if they've got a change in their lives. And so I think for me that is fundamentally important, and the way out of the housing supply crisis is to build lots of different kinds of building typologies.
So this will be the entrance to
the architect wants to clear up any misconceptions about this type of housing.
So a fourplex can now be 1 meter higher than a normal house, but that's just to help with getting extra insulation and some things on the roof. We're not doing additional stories. We would never, very rarely would we do anything more than 3 stories. That way.
And he says when it's finished, the space will be suitable for around 10 people instead of 3 or 4. The work is just getting started. It's expected to take around a year to finish. Lorenda, Reddekopp, CBC News, Toronto.